Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Nick the Pokey Plumber coming at you with a new episode today. Reprints? We're talking about reprints? Reprints? We're talking about reprints? Hey, Surging Spark, that's getting reprinted. Yeah, that's confirmed. Hey, is Paldea Evolved getting reprinted? No? Haven't heard anything? Hey, is Temporal Forces getting reprinted? Haven't heard anything? Oh, but we're getting Twilight Masquerade, right? No? Nothing you heard? Okay. So today I got a whole bunch of messages on Instagram and they're like, hey Nick, are you excited for the Paldea Evolved reprint? And I was like, what Paldea Evolved reprint? Then I had someone else and they're like, hey, are you selling any of your Temporal? And I was like, why would I sell my Temporal? And they're like, you're getting a whole bunch of reprints. And I took a step back and I was like, you know what? Let me do a little digging here. So I picked up the phone and I gave a call to Alex, the owner of New World Manga and Time Warp Comics and Games. And I said, hey Alex, what's going on? And he's like, what's up, buddy? And I was like, hey, what reprints do we have coming? And I was like, do we have more than just Surging coming? And he's like, not that I'm aware of. I was like, yeah, but what about Paldea Evolved, Twilight, and Temporal? And he's like, Nick, he's like, I haven't heard anything about this. I was like, are you sure? And he's like, Nick, he's like, I talked to PhD recently. I talked to Southern Hobbies. I haven't heard anything. And keep in mind, Alex has about 5 different distributors. And I was like, why am I hearing that we're getting all these reprints? And he's like, dude, he's like, nothing is confirmed yet. So now when I see so many people messaging me about reprints and asking me which one they should buy, this and that, I want everyone to put a halt, because a lot of times when people hear the news of reprints, they decide, hey, I'm going to sell my Twilight Masquerade and I can get it for cheaper. Hey, I'm going to sell my Temporal Forces and I can get it for cheaper. Right now, one, we're not in the market where you're going to get it cheaper. Two, even in Sword and Shield era, when they had a thank God, I sound like a Timmy, but thank God they had the Lost Origin reprint, because I was chasing the Tina so hard that I opened way more cases than I wanted to. But in order to get the second batch of cases, I had to pay way more than I did the first time. So now in this case, when there's a reprint, especially in a market like this, I don't see us being able to get cases at $600, $700. That is out the door. That's been out the door, especially in this market. That's not going to happen. However, now there's a chance that we can see a not a big dip, but a little bit of a dip in cases, because a lot more people are going to be like, oh, if we're getting a reprint of this, I'm going to sell my Twilight Masquerade. I'm going to sell my Temporal, my Paldea Evolved. And then you have the people who are upset. Oh, no, I just bought Paldea Evolved. I paid $1,200 a case. I paid $1,300 a case. It's okay. It's okay. I'm one of those people that just stacked up on more Paldea Evolved. But it's okay. If we do get a reprint, I would love it. I mean, we do need reprints. Don't get me wrong. We absolutely need reprints. It would be healthy for this market. They'd be eaten up so quick, so quick. And you know what makes me know they'll be eaten up so quick? I was listening to Dan Catch 'em All Collectibles today, and he was talking about how many packs he was ripping. And he's like, now picture 10 of me. And when he's putting out numbers like this, and he's opening that many packs, I don't know if Pokemon's printing enough packs to keep up with people ripping them at this point. However, do not sell your stuff. Halt. Assess the situation. Listen out for, the big PokeTubers. Danny Phantom will announce it. He'll be one of the first to announce when there's a reprint coming. Just slow down and pump the brakes. Right now, I'm looking at all the Scarlet and Violet sets. I'm looking at Scarlet and Violet base at $190. I'm looking at, Paldea Evolved at $230. Obsidian Flames, $190. Paradox, $175. Temporal, $175. Do you see the pattern here? So now, when people are talking reprints, which I think we'll have, but nothing's confirmed yet, I don't know if Pokemon's going to be able to, make the demand, make the supply so high that it's going to drop in price. Surging Sparks, we all know it needs a reprint. We're excited for that. But now when you're looking at all these Scarlet and Violet sets, how is Pokemon going to print, Paldean Fates, more 151, more Prismatic? You have about 7, 8 sets that, in theory, could use a reprint. But there's no possible way Pokemon's going to be able to print 8 sets. So some of these sets are going to be left out. And we've seen it before. Astral Radiance was left out. what I was calling for a little while, and this was just my dark horse, right? This is just a dark horse. I said, I have a feeling Temporal might not get a reprint. And if we're really shooting for the Hail Mary, maybe not even Twilight, because that's when we first started hearing that, the quantities were getting lower and lower from distribution. Like we heard it with Temporal, hey, this wasn't printed as much. Then we heard it with Twilight, hey, this wasn't printed as much. And then Stellar Crown wasn't printed as much. And then Searching Sparks. So we saw the pattern going down. Man, we really did. I wish I bought more. But we started seeing the pattern drop and drop and drop. We started seeing the supply drop and drop and drop, and as the demand rose. So now things have just have become so chaotic that these reprints would really, even if it isn't fully, feeding the demand right now, but it would slow things down because the market does seem dry. When you go on Pokemon Center, it sucks that there's only 8 or 9 items. I don't think I've ever even seen it this way before. So just slow down, take what you hear with a grain of salt. Trust me, bro, I hate that. I need to see the paper on distribution. I'm very close with my comic place. Like they show me the paper, they show me their quantities. They'll let me know, hey, Nick, we're getting a reprint. Do you want us to order you umpteenth, product towards your next order? So I have that relationship with them where I'm involved. I know what's coming out. I hear what's coming out. Right now, there just is no news. So don't go and sell your items thinking there's a reprint. I just don't want to see people get hurt. Next, I know a lot of people want to know what I'm buying this week, so I'm going to tell you what I'm buying. I'm still focusing on my Sword and Shield, my collection boxes. No reprint drama, nothing like that. I'm enjoying my Sword and Shield. I was buying the Bolt-on V collection boxes until some asshole, Ryan, dude, I bought 4 cases and I was texting him and I was like, 2 Brilliant Stars, Fusion Strike, and Evolving Skies. He knew instantly. He said Bolt-on V just cleared out umpteenth cases. I'm like, you piece of shit. So at least I was able to grab 4 cases. I'm happy about that. I'm still focusing on my collection boxes. And people are going to say, Nick, why are you focusing on collection boxes? They're not as liquid. And, that is the truth. However, I can teach you how it can become liquid. Back then, those Bolt-on V boxes were $14.99. Now they're $40 a box. So if you're buying a collection box when it first comes out, we'll say like the Gyarados EX box, when you're buying these collection boxes, if you give them enough time, like when I got back into the hobby and I was buying everything at this point, I was buying a lot of Sun and Moon collection boxes. And I love the boxes that had Unbroken Bonds, Cosmic Eclipse, Unified Minds. Like when I was buying those were anywhere from $14.99 to $17.99. And I put them away. And then the Sun and Moon boom happened a couple years ago. And I remember I was selling these collection boxes. They were valued at $150, but I was getting rid of them for $120. So my margin was so good, but I said, hey, I want to get rid of these quicker, so I'll drop the price. And that's exactly what I did. I just went, $30 under market, and I was able to sell every one of those collection boxes. Do I miss a lot of them? Yeah. I mean, I kept some, but nothing crazy. But that's one way you could make collection boxes liquid. Your margin, your profit is already so fantastic that you're doing well on these. And if you have, 2 cases of these 12 boxes and you're making $100, do the math. It's not a bad profit. So I'm still buying my collection boxes. Another one that I'm still consistently buying, I think I buy one like every week, is the Morpeko V Union collection boxes. 2 Fusion, 2 Brilliant. Love those. So yes, I'm still focusing on the collection boxes, not breaking the bank, and is still adding some, consistency, some consistent flow back into my collection. I love that. Because in a couple years, I'm going to want to rip Brilliant Stars. I'm going to say, okay, booster box is now $500, but I still want to rip Brilliant Stars. So I'll take a Morpeko V box and I'll open that and I'll get to enjoy, Brilliant Stars and Fusion Strike. And if I'm really feeling frisky, I'll open a Bolt-on V box and I'll get to enjoy Evolving Skies for a good price. So that's why I've been so high on collection boxes, because in the future, it feels way better to open a collection box than it does a booster box. Oh man, reprints. We were talking about reprints. No shots at anyone, just I saw the news and I asked them how they knew, and there was just not enough for me to go off of. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so tired right now. I got home from work. I'm covered in dirt. I'm still in my work clothes. I'm tired of black eyes. My son, he's teething right now. He's 8 months. So he's up at 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning. And the worst part is he's at this new stage at 8 months. It's impressive. He's at this new stage where he's standing up and trying to walk. It's insane. 8 months. And he was standing up in the crib. So I lowered the crib. And then he stood up again and he fell and hit his head. So now at night I'm sleeping with a monitor or my phone next to me and I'm watching him every time there's like a notification because I'm just worried he's gonna get hurt. But how can I forget? Pokemon pronunciation of the day. I have a way, now you'll be able to see it, okay? This is a good one. Someone requested this one because I'm guilty of it. Some might think Riolu, right? It's Riolu. Riolu. He's got that aura, baby. They communicate with one another using their auras. They are able to run all through the night. Riolu. Dude, Riolu. I mean, how could you not love Riolu? And you know, sleeper pick, that illustration rare of Riolu is amazing. So, a lot of potential. This Pokemon's awesome. Lucario is one of my favorite Pokemon. XY, baby. We love XY. Everybody have a good night. Love and appreciate you all. And hey, subscribe. What are you doing? You know what? I never say this, but like, comment, subscribe, little notifications. I have more views than I have subscribers. What are you doing? Subscribe. I'll start doing cool stuff. What do you want me to give away shit? I'll give you something. All right. I appreciate everybody. Have a good night.